I really expect you to understand what is the examiner going to tell you. It's not in the speaking part. It's not only you answer the question, but also you have to hearing the the information from the examiner. Okay, so you should have the skill of listening and answering in English. Okay, so basically when I'm teaching in real class in high school, I didn't speak in English just because they level of hearing English is not that's really affordable, not really high. So they may misunderstand and they didn't understand what I'm gonna saying. But for the people in this group, I think, I suppose you are really good at English already. So I really expect you to learn anything in English and not just talking Vietnamese all the time. So it's not this is not a good way to communication, especially in the speaking part. Okay, so right now you see in the screen speaking part one. Basically we have three part of speaking. Okay, we have three part of speaking basically, so I will reveal for you what we're gonna do. Okay, right now, did do you see my screen about speaking part? Yes or no? Do
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So
Yes.
so basically this is three parts: part one, part two, and part three. So you have to go through all of these parts. Okay, part one I will explain for you later. Part two and part three. Okay, so basically today we will going deeply detail about speaking part one and speaking part two, a little bit speaking part two, because I don't think we have enough time for all of the things. Maybe the next class we will speaking learn about speaking task two, hopefully by this. Okay, so for the speaking part one, you have 11 to 14 minutes. This is a warm up, the warm up with examiner. Examiner will ask you a question. What's your name? Where do you work? So, who are you? So, where is your hometown? Basically, the question, the basic question around your background. They're not asking you anything very hard, very complicated to understand, but they will ask you a simple question about yourself. Okay, for example, who are you? What's your name? What should I call you? Okay, right? You got it? You got it? Understand? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So for part one, you have speaking part. For the part one, it take you 4 to 5 minutes to answer, to go through all of the question. Okay. So and for the part two, sorry, this is speaking part, not speaking part one only. Okay, the whole speaking part will happen to 11 to 14 minutes. But for the speaking part one, it's 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so move on to the speaking part two. It's like 3 or 4 minutes. But the answer, you should remember your answer should be length in 2 minutes. Okay, and this is the main part. You get higher score. Whether you get higher score or not, this is the main part. Okay, part one just the warm up. Warm up, warm up. Just warm up. Just a friendly introduction about yourself. Just warm up and don't take it seriously on part one. If you want to get a higher score, part two is your target. Okay, part two is your important part. Okay, so remember, part one just like a friendly saying with the examiner. He or she will know who are you, where you're from, what are you doing at this moment, and how you respond to the question quickly or not. That's it. Okay, but part two is the main part for you to get the highest score ever. Okay, nói nãy giờ hiểu gì không? Hiểu không mấy
Dạ, hiểu
bạn?
cô.
Hiểu cô.
Có bạn nào không hiểu nhiều không? Raise your hand chút đi. So if you didn't understand anything at all, so please raise your hand and give me a question. Don't worry about that. Okay, because I know somebody will really good at speaking, somebody will really good at listening, or writing or reading. You have all your own space to do that. Okay, so basically because of that we have to go to class. If we cover everything, we don't need to go to class. If we're good at everything, we don't need to go to class. Okay, we have to relax on the bed and watching movie. Okay, so here some tip I give for you. How examiner scoring you, it means like how examiner give you score. Okay, how examiner give you score. Fluency is the way you respond quickly or not. Lưu loát okay, fluency is mean lưu loát. It's how you respond the question. And sometimes when you answer the question, you this is not fluent. Okay, stop and talk. It's not fluency. The way I'm talking to you right now is show the fluence in my speaking, because I'm not hesitate. Hesitate là ngại ngần á. Hesitate, interrupt. I'm not hesitate. Interrupt là gì vậy mấy bạn? Interrupt là gì? Gián đoạn ha. I'm not hesitate or interrupt in between the sentence. I just go flow. It's really fluency, right? If you are got the problem like today I'm going to this is not the fluency, right? All right. So examiner will look at your fluency and scoring first. Okay, fluency is the most important in speaking part. Remember that. Okay, remember that. Fluency very important here. Okay, it means like you don't hesitate, you don't interrupt. And for the next thing, we can because this is a language test. IELTS is a language test. Okay, so they look at your vocabularies as well. Okay, if you can have their ability, khả năng. If you have the ability to use advanced, higher vocabularies, like complicated vocabulary, it's not mean you have to use complicated vocabularies. Okay, không có nghĩa là bạn cô nói khúc này ha, chắc là sử dụng từ có thể là một số bạn sẽ không hiểu. Khi mà bạn sử dụng cái vocabulary á, thì không có nghĩa là bạn sử dụng complicated vocabulary, hiểu không? Không có phải là sử dụng từ khó, mà using right vocabulary at the right time, mà sử dụng đúng cái từ đó vào đúng thời điểm, đúng người đúng thời điểm, đúng từ đúng thời điểm. Okay, this is the vocabulary part. Okay, move on to the next grammar. Grammar, many people like concerned about grammar. I have to use compound, complex, or simple sentence. I have to use this grammar, that grammar. It's not like writing. Okay, before I show you writing already, right? I use many ranges of grammar, not only but also other, because of something like that. Okay, this is compound sentence. Đó là khi mà được rồi, cô nói phần grammar cho mấy bạn ha. Tức là sử dụng grammar ở trong speaking không có nghĩa là bạn sử dụng wide range, rất là nhiều cái từ như not only but. Đúng, bạn sử dụng những cái từ đó thì nó sẽ càng cho bạn điểm rất là cao, nhưng mà đồng thời nếu như mà nó quá cái tầm với của bạn, it's higher than your ability á, thì bạn sẽ bị để bạn suy nghĩ coi bạn sử dụng ngữ pháp gì, đúng không? Thì cái tip ở đây á, so this tip here, avoid making mistake, that's it. Tránh lặp lỗi, tránh gặp cái lỗi là được rồi, hiểu không? Không cần bạn phải sử dụng grammar rất là phức tạp. You don't need to have to use very complicated grammar like writing. Okay, because you have to talk and you have to you have to look at this fluency is the priority. Đó là cái sự ưu tiên, được chưa? Fluency là cái sự ưu tiên. Nếu như if you use the grammar very flexible and very complicated, you will hesitate, interrupt. You understand that? Okay, so basically avoid making mistakes. Thank God, that's it. No more, right? Okay, and pronunciation is the most important thing. So cái pronunciation là cái quan trọng nhất, tại vì nó ở trong cái phần mà nhấn âm á, trong bài của bạn hay làm ở trên lớp á, stress á, man stress á, nhớ không? Nhấn âm á, man. So this is the pronunciation. Pronunciation is not accent. Okay, accent it means like you have American accent, you have British accent, you have Australian accents. Okay, but pronunciation is pronounce the words correctly. Pronunciation không phải là giọng á, thì có thể là giọng người của Mỹ, giọng của Anh, giọng của Úc, được chưa? Nhiều bạn sẽ hỏi là ok, mình phải sử dụng cái giọng nào cũng được. Ok, it's okay, giọng nào cũng được, nhưng pronunciation phải đúng, phát âm phải đúng. Phát âm tức là gì? Bạn phải nhấn âm cho nó đúng. Ví dụ như từ này ha. So for example, this is surface. Okay, this is surface, it's not surface. Surface là bề mặt ha. Bề mặt đó là surface. It's not surface, okay? It's not surface. It's writing in surface, but you don't need to, you know, the wrong pronunciation is surface and the right pronunciation is surface. Okay? You know, like don't focus on accent. Whatever accent is okay. For example, we are Vietnamese. If you are the Northern people speaking the Northern accent, I can understand you as well. If you in the middle, Đà Nẵng, or in the middle of Vietnam, you speaking with your accent, with your middle accent, I still understand you. With me, I'm speaking with the Vietnamese with the Southern accent. People still understand, right? Tức là cái giọng miền Nam, giọng miền Bắc, hay là bất kỳ cái giọng gì nó không quan trọng. Quan trọng là bạn phát âm. Bạn nói, có một người nói với mình giọng miền Bắc thì mình vẫn hiểu họ nói cái gì. Okay? You get it? Okay? Again, accent is not the problem. Pronunciation is the problem. Okay, you can speak with the accent of British English. You can speak with the accent of American. It's okay. You can use the accent of Australian. That's okay. Nothing wrong with it. Okay. The main problem is pronunciation. Okay. So right now we jump on the speaking part 1. Speaking part 1, you have 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, you have 4 to 5 minutes. The examiner will ask you 10 to 11 questions. Okay, the examiner will ask you 10 to 11 questions, cover 3 topic area. Tức là trong cái part 1 á, examiner sẽ hỏi em 4 đến 5 phút và cover 10 đến 11 câu hỏi trên ba cái topic. Ví dụ, for example, the topic about free time, what are you doing in free time, what is your music, what do you like music, or what type of music do you like, okay? And how about your study, do you like study or not, what are your major or something like that. Okay, they will cover 3 topic area. Okay, hiểu không? Tức là 10 đến 11 câu hỏi này á, thì họ sẽ cho em 3 cover á, là họ sẽ bao gồm 3 cái topic cho em. Okay, they will cover 3 topic area for you. Okay, so remember, I told you many times, fluency is the most important. Fluency, it doesn't mean like you're talking very fast. Fluency không có nghĩa là, nó quan trọng nhất không có nghĩa là bạn phải nói nó thiệt là nhanh. Bạn phải nói nó rõ ràng, giống như cô nói với bạn như bây giờ này. Cái cô không có bao giờ cô biết là mấy cái bạn mà mới học tiếng Anh á, mà giỏi á, mấy bạn nó nói tiếng Anh rất là nhanh. Hồi xưa cô cũng bị cái lỗi đó. But please slow down and speaking correctly and clearly. Okay, slow down, speaking clearly, correctly. That's it. Okay, and the next thing cô nói rồi là, okay, as mentioned before, don't stop and think, respond quickly. Okay, task 1 is very easy to respond quickly. Don't worry about your vocabulary or grammar. Okay, in part 1, don't worry for your vocabulary or grammar. Just respond quickly as you can. This is a warm-up, easy warm-up. Don't think much about task 1. Remember, you cannot get high score in part 1. Say it for part 2. Part 2 will give you the higher score if you do it good. Okay. Okay, for the technique, how to answer the question in task 1. In task 1, the examiner will ask you the question like, here, over here. Okay, so in task 1, the examiner will ask you the question, for example, about your free time. How much time do you spend at home? That's it. It's really simple, yeah, right? You may like, I really love to sleep and I sleep all day. I spend every much of my time during the day to sleeping or something like that, right? Okay, so look at the answer from the from I prepare. Okay, obviously I sleep at home, but I don't spend very much time at home during the day because I'm usually busy with work. Okay, how much time do you spend at home? Ở đây á thì cái phần trả lời á là cái phần câu hỏi nó rất là dễ, nó hỏi về cái đời sống hàng ngày xung quanh em vậy thôi à, thấy không? Bao nhiêu giờ bạn ngủ ở nhà, bao nhiêu giờ bạn dành ở nhà, thì nói là rõ ràng là tôi ngủ tại nhà nhưng mà tôi không có dành nhiều thời gian ở nhà trong suốt ban ngày, bởi vì là tôi bận đi làm nè. Em nhìn cái cấu trúc của người ta nè, now you look at here, em nhìn cấu trúc của người ta nè ha. So you answer the question. This is you answer the question. Okay, here you answer the question. How much time you spend at home? Okay, and then you give the reason. Trả lời xong rồi bạn đưa cho người ta cái lý do, được chưa? Giờ thêm câu nữa nè. So we move on to the next. Do you prefer to spend your free time at home or outside the house? Okay, so he answered the question. Okay, basically answer the question first. During the day, I prefer out of the house. Okay, he prefer out of the house and he give the reason why he like to out of the house. Okay, so he gave the reason. So I like visiting family or meeting up with friends, but I do like relaxing at home in the evening. Okay, so basically he gives the answer and after that he give the reason for that. Cái này á, khi mà em trả lời cái fact của nó nhớ nè, đầu tiên là em trả lời người ta thẳng cái câu hỏi. Người ta hỏi là em là bạn thích dành thời gian rảnh á ở nhà hay là bên ngoài ngôi nhà của bạn, thì người này sẽ nói là tôi thích ở bên ngoài ngôi nhà. Bởi vì á người ta sẽ đưa ra cái lý do, bởi vì là tôi thích gì thăm gia đình hoặc là gặp bạn bè. Rồi ổng muốn kéo dài thêm nữa, hay là ổng muốn hoặc là cái người này muốn thêm một cái thông tin nữa, thì chỉ cần but I do relaxing home in the evening, nhưng mà tôi á thư giãn tại nhà vào buổi tối, kiểu như vậy đó ha. So basically you answer the question with one or two sentences ha. Bạn chỉ cần trả lời là từ 1 đến 2 câu thôi, đừng có làm quá dài nhé. Okay, I look up on the internet and you know, like people are trying to answer the long sentence in part 1. Is not, I do not recommend, tôi không có khuyến nghị mấy bạn làm giống mấy người đó nha. Okay, hiểu không? Nãy giờ hiểu không vậy? So, do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, I cannot teaching on the high school with like speaking like this, because student with different level of learning English is really hard. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, let's move on. So the technique I want to give you, you have to answer the question and then you give the reason. Okay, remember, answer the question directly. Okay, don't like Vietnamese, go the roundabout, around. Don't like Vietnamese, directly answer the question. Đừng giống như người Việt Nam đi vòng nha. Roundabout là đi vòng cái bùng binh đó. Roundabout là vòng quanh cái bùng binh đó em. Like Vietnamese, do like Americans. So straightforward, answer the question and then give the reason. Okay, because you can give the reason. So because, okay. And remember, give short, simple answer, but use full sentence. Okay, give short, simple answer, but use full sentence. Use full sentence, it means like, for example, do you like game? Yes, and stop. It's not the full sentence. Okay, this is very short and impolite, very impolite sentence when you answer to the examiner. They are much older than you. So, do you like game? Yes. And that's it. No, don't say that. Do you like game? Yes, I really like game because it makes me relax after like a long hour of working, something like that. Okay, for example, do you like gardens? Okay, for example here, do you like gardens? You say yes, I like garden. because it's a nice place to relax and I can surrounding myself with nature. Okay, very, very, good way to answer. And sometimes they ask you something like, do you like dancing? You don't have the experience about dancing and you don't know about dancing at all, you don't like it and you don't have any experience, any clue about this. You may say no. Yeah, you can. You can say no for the thing you don't like. For example, do you like dancing? No, I don't like dancing because I have never been that much dancing, but I do understand a lot of people like it. That's it. Okay. Be honest. Like when you don't know something, be honest. Say no, I don't know about this because I haven't been much about this. For example, do you like cooking? No, I don't like cooking because whenever my dad repair cooking in the house, I feel really smell and smoking all around. So I didn't like cooking, but I know many people like cooking and become a master chef. Something like that. Just be honest, okay? Trung thực. Nếu như em không biết cái gì thì em cứ nói là em không biết. That's it. The examiner doesn't qualify your. The examiner will not qualify your quality answer, your quality of answer. Tức là giám khảo họ không có đánh giá cái sự thiệt, cái sự thật á, true or not về cái câu trả lời của em. Họ chỉ muốn là so the examiner just want fluency. Okay, respond quickly to him. That's it. Respond quickly to him or her. So I will show you this is not the good exam for you to looking for, but here, this is band score 3.5. The lowest score in speaking part. You don't like respond quickly and listening carefully about how examiner talk to you. Okay, so here we go. This is not a good example, but I want you to avoid this example. Okay.
3. The examiner is Mehrnoush Hafi, examiner number 443523. Good afternoon.
Sorry. I will increasing the volume, so you might easy to.
My name is Mehrnoush Hafi. Would you please tell me your full name?
So the examiner introduce their name and tell the man, can you give me your full name? You can answer your name here.
Good afternoon. My full name is Shahram Ghaforpur.
And what can I call you?
And what can I call you? It means like maybe you have two names. My name is Nhi, but you can call me Tulia or something like that. You have the English name or your friend call you differently. You can tell them. Okay.
What can I call you as your name? Can I call you Shahram?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Like he seemed to be not fully understand what's going on.
And can I see your identification, please?
Identification is mean like passport or your ID card, and like give the examiner, so they will clarify the candidates.
Thank you very much. Great. Here you go. Okay, we can start with the first part of the exam. In the first part, I will ask you some personal questions.
Here, in the first part, I will ask you some personal question. In the past one, personal question is belong to you. What's your name? Where you come from? What are you doing at this moment? That's it. Okay. Be relaxed. Just a warm up in part one.
First, I would like to ask about studying. What did you study?
I study English these days because I decide to immigrate to Canada in future.
Right. Okay. So you see that he responds very slow, and like this is not what you're gonna do. You have to say like, I'm studying English because I want to immigrate to Canada in the future. Okay, if you can respond quickly and very clearly like that, maybe your band score will higher than 3.5, maybe 5 to 6. Okay, he just got 3.5. Okay, cái ông này ông muốn học tiếng Anh để immigrate là để di dân đến Canada. So you know that Canada or Australia, if you study here and you got the IELTS 8.5 with the appropriate career path, you can be officially um, a citizen of this. You can become a citizen of this country. Có nghĩa là mấy cái nước Canada giống với Úc á, khi mà sorry. Mấy cái nước Canada với Úc á, thì nếu như mà em được IELTS 8 chấm hoặc là em học một số cộng với việc mà em học một số cái ngành mà appropriate là thích hợp á, thì em sẽ trở thành là citizen to this country. Ok, đó, bởi vậy là bạn nào mà học tiếng Anh giỏi là rất là good luôn á. Với lại mà ai có IELTS 8 chấm thì xin mời nhập quốc tịch Úc với lại Canada.
Okay, and
Cô thì cô
why
không
did
có
you
rồi đó.
choose English and not another language?
Because English is international and easier than other language.
Okay, and is it a popular language in your country?
In my country, popular language is English, and then Turkish and Spanish.
Okay, very good. And if you had the chance, would you choose another language to learn?
You see that? He really, like hesitate and interrupt. This is the common mistake. This is the common mistake during for all of these students who take the first step in learning how to speaking. Okay, so right now I want you to I want all of you. It's not just like only one or two. I don't want all of you tell me about yourself. Examiner might ask you, what can I call you? Do you work or student? Do you enjoy your job or study? Would you like to get a different job or different study in the future, something like that? Okay, study. So right now, I want all of you to answer the question. Study. Okay, to answer the question like this. Be prepared, and I will ask all of you